Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. About this live today. I'm going to teach very, very simply how to turn your expertise and your professional expertise and your life experience into your very own business. I'm Mia Redrick, business and life consultant, and I got started in my company over 20 years ago. And I made that decision. I made a decision to take my background as a corporate trainer, my systems that I had as a mom, and to merge those into my own business. And so today, what I'm going to share with you is step by step. If you've been wondering, how can you take your professional experience, what you're doing already, and maybe it's a life skill expertise that you have, and you've been trying to figure out how can you merge these things into a business? Is it possible? It's absolutely possible. I'm so excited to be here. And I know that this is going to generate a lot of buzz, a lot of lives, and I want to a lot of questions that you're going to have for me. And I want you to know that that's perfectly normal. Okay. In the bio and the description, if you have any questions throughout this live that you'd like me to answer for you directly, you can always reach out to us and book a strategy session. All right. So over the course of the next 15 to 20 minutes, I'm going to break down for you step by step, how do you take all of your years of experience and how do you package it? Like, is it possible to package it? Is there a market for what you do? There is a market for you. I want to share my story real quick while the live fills, right? No matter which platform you are on. When I got started in my business, I had a background as a corporate trainer, and I had decided that I was over the corporate deal. I did not want to trade time for dollars any longer. I wanted to control my time. I wanted to be that mom that could be available to her kids whenever she wanted to, right? Like I wanted to, hey there, Don. I wanted to be available anyway, and anytime that I chose to. And also, I didn't want a limit on how I got to use my skills. And maybe you can relate to this. Maybe you feel like in your workplace, you're great at what you do, but there's so much more to you. And that's how I felt. I just knew that there was more for my skill set. And I really wanted to launch all of me. I wanted to be fully expressed. Now, I decided equally that I had these skills as a mom, and I was really one of these moms that a lot of women would come to and ask me over and over again, how is it that you always find time for your life, right? And I was a planner, really great about always making sure I didn't get lost in motherhood. And I had ended up creating some systems for myself that were very effective that women liked. And I thought, you know what? That's what the business is going to be, right? I am going to take my professional experience as a corporate trainer and my systems as a mom, and I'm going to build a business on those things. And I remember my very first stop, I went to a small business resource center in my town, and the director of that small business resource center told me that my idea did not make any sense and that no one would ever pay me to do what I eventually did do. So fast forward, I ended up writing my very first book. I've written several books, about 3 books, about 17 ebooks. And I decided that I wanted to do television, and I ended up getting myself signed to a couple of Emmy nominated, nationally syndicated television shows as the mom strategist. And I did a number of corporate deals with Fortune 100 and 500 brands. I don't say any of this to you to be braggadocious or anything like that. And everything that I share, I can back up with footage. You'll see me actually, on the segments and shooting the shows and things like that. I say it because I am just like you. I'm just like you. I had this idea. I didn't have proof of concept. I didn't know if it was going to work, but I launched and I did it anyway. And so if there's anything that I want you to get from this live today, I want you to do it anyway. Hashtag do it anyway. All right. And as a result of running my business, my mom coaching business, which is how I started, I had so many women that would come to me and ask me if I could help them write a best-selling book, or if I could help them build a great coaching practice, if I could show them how to work from the comfort of their home. And let me explain what I mean by that. I've always worked from home for the last 21 years before it was vogue, right? Like after COVID, a lot of people worked from home. But I worked from the comfort of my home. I brought all of my leads to me from the comfort of my home. And I didn't do it as a speaker. Because a lot of times, if you're a speaker, you're on the road and that's where you generate your leads and you bring your leads to you. But I never learned to market that way. I learned to market by bringing my ideal clients directly to me. And it's what I teach my clients to do today. So I hope that I piqued your interest, just sharing my story. You know, the reason that I run my business is because of my family. And I believe that we as women, whatever we do for ourselves, or as men, whoever's watching this, Don, I'm so glad you're here, that everything that we do, our families are the benefactors of our growth. And so I say this to you, if you're that person that you hem and you haw, or you make excuses for showing up for yourself, this is not the life for you. And I'm likely not the mentor for you, because what I can tell you is that if you don't take the time and show up for yourself, your family will not get to benefit from your gifts and your talents and your amazingness, because you're using your family as a shield or an excuse not to launch. And I'm not into that. I am looking for women who are ready to show up like the giants that they are. If you're ready, tonight's live is going to be all about how to turn your professional life experience and expertise into a business. And a lot of times we think that the thing that we're naturally very good at cannot be a business. Like in my case, mom systems, but it's been an amazing business for me. And or we think that what we're doing in maybe in corporate or in the agencies that you work, or in the hospitals, or in your private practice, you think, I don't know how I could turn this into a coaching or consulting or training or licensing business. If this is you, I'm going to talk directly to you. Now, there are 5 things that I've written down on my card today that I'm going to share with you that'll really change the way you look at your talent. And if you get this, all right, if you get this one thing, if there's one person out here that gets it, then I've done my job today. Okay. So the first thing I want you to do, if you want to turn your expertise, your life experience, your professional experience into a business, is number 1, you have to leverage what you know. Leverage what you know. You've got to leverage your education. You've got to leverage your education, your experience, and your expertise. Okay. And what I mean is, so often we're so close to our talent and our gifts. And so much so that sometimes we're really great at what we do, but we don't know what the greatness is. Like, I work with so many women, I call them giants. They're smart, sharp, highly actionable women who've already achieved amazing results and have an incredible track record in their lives of being just credible, authentic people. But often when the talent comes so easily to you, right? Like, you don't always know what it is that you do that's great, that might be the most leverageable skill. And I know that there's someone out there that I'm talking to. And if it's you, I want you to just write amen, right? Because I understand that's exactly what happens. I've seen it over and over again. But the fact of the matter is, if you want to turn your professional experience and your life skills into a business, the first thing you have to do is leverage what it is that you do exceptionally well. You leverage your education, all of those years of experience, all of those certifications, all of those awards, right? All of the accolades, all of the promotions. It is the thing that is the business, right? And often we don't think about, okay, wow, like I do. I come with a lot. Over the last 20 or 30 years, I've accomplished so much. So the first thought I want you to have is saying, what in my life is the most leverageable thing that I have? And I want you to think about the impact that your gifts can make, right? Or have made in the lives of others, in the workplace already. That the demonstrated proof that you've already seen from people who said you're awesome, or given you some kind of award or plaque, or, when you do your reviews and it's like, you're so amazing at this, right? Or those pet names that happen in the workplace and in life when you're really amazing at something. I want you to think about that, because that is the leverageable thing. All right. So if we're going to take your professional experience and your life experience and put it in a business, the first thing to do is to leverage right? All of your experience, everything that you bring to the table, and we're not taking anything for granted. And I don't want you to survey the people who are not entrepreneurial, who haven't done the things that you're thinking about doing, because if you talk to people who are not your own ambition level and above, they're just going to talk you out of their dreams. They just don't think like you do. They don't think like I do. All right. But instead, you want to hang out with people your own ambition level and above. Number two, the second thing that you must do if you want to turn your professional experience and life skills into a business is you have to systematically package that which you know. And so this is what I see, and maybe you've done this. I work with a lot of really talented people, and they'll have all of these services. They have tons of service offerings that they can provide for people. So sometimes when we don't think about what we do in the highest and tallest ways, we just create a whole bunch of offers. And we hope that if we put these things on our websites, that somehow, right, someone's going to just one day pick one of the 10 things that you're offering. But what I will tell you is the secret, and it's what I get my clients to do, is that we just lead with one core offer. One core offer. I'm giving you the secret. All right. And you need to know how to systematically take that idea and put it in the package. And I'm going to tell you the reason why up until now you've had all of these other offers is because you don't actually know how to build a package that fully translates who you are and what you bring to the table. If you knew over the course of 6 weeks, is what I teach my clients, first 6 weeks, how to build a premium product. If you knew how to extract that premium product from you, and you understood that you didn't have to settle, you didn't have to take parts of yourself and put them aside. Let me give you some examples. I have clients sometimes who want to merge the fact that maybe there's an expertise they might have in corporate, but then they also are very spiritual minded, and they've been coached or mentored, or and folks have said you can't take that other component, that spiritual component, and combine it with your consulting. And yes, you can. Okay. So the thing is, I always like to speak to that, because that was what I was told years ago, was that, Mia, you can't, corporate training is corporate training. Just do that. But you can't combine that with this mom thing, because no one's going to buy that. That wasn't true. The thing that makes you scarce is the thing that makes you valuable. And I like my clients to be all of who they are, not some smaller version of themselves and their skill set, not some mini version of someone else. And that means taking and building a systematic package that really breaks down all of what you bring, your uniqueness, because that's why someone's going to want to work with you. Are we clear? Is this making sense? I want to check in, even if you're watching this as a live, as a replay. Is this making sense? Are you following me? Okay. Are you following me? All right. So important to get this. Today, I'm teaching on how to turn your professional and life expertise into a business. And I wanted to do this live because it's the question that I get every week, like every week for over 10 years, every week, right? How do I do it, right? Whether it's the life side or whether it's the professional side. So I wanted to break it down for you step by step. You guys are here in the community, and I want to make sure you get it. Number one, you're going to leverage what you know. That's your expertise, your education, and your experience, right? Number two, you're going to systematically package it, right? And you're going to be fully expressed. You're going to be all of who you are. Really important. The third thing is you need to learn to market simplistically and authentically. Now, okay, let me break this all the way down, all right? So we live in a world where everything's marketing, right? Like everything is marketing. And what I have grown to do and been very successful at is just be myself, right? Like I am always selling my story. I am telling you how I've built my business. I show my clients exactly what I have done in my life as a media personality, as a corporate brand, as a business coach, and they have watched me step by step be able to do these things, right? So the way that I market is I am myself. When I talk about building a business around your life, my clients have been able to witness for themselves that is how I work. I work from the comfort of my home and have for over 20 years. When I talk about working from the comfort of my home or anywhere I choose in the world. My clients see me anywhere I choose in the world working, right? Like on the coaching calls with them, working from anywhere. It's not an illusion. And I say this to you because being yourself is the easiest way to market. You don't have to fake, you don't have to create any false scarcity. You don't have to fake anything. You don't have to take anything. You can just be yourself. And it's what I'm into. And if you've been trying to figure out how to market who you are, and you've seen so many things, you're like, I don't even like cameras. I don't even want to do, I don't want to have to do a podcast. I have clients that market and sell all day long, and they are never on video. They don't go on live because it's not their thing. It's not their jam. The most important thing is that when you are marketing to market, find a way that's simplistic for you to market. And I've got many ways for you to be able to market and attract your clients that are very simple, and also being authentic. And the reason that works is because when you can feel me, and I hope you can feel me right now, okay, then you know my heart, right? People resonate with people that are real. And I don't care if someone's reading a teleprompter what to say, or, you know what I mean, or, or just faking, right? Like faking it, like till you make it, or whatever it is. The fact that people feel that. If you are yourself, right? If you're standing in your truth, that's the easiest way to market anything. I'll give an example. And if this is resonating, you guys, right? This is resonating. Okay, no matter the platform. I'll give an example. I hosted an event in June for a small subset of women, and it was a mastermind format. And I taught them over the course of 3 days many things. But one of the things that I exposed them to, I showed them how I run my business. Everything I do is with ease and grace. And it's not just words. So they were able to see how I work, how I structure what I'm doing, how I do it, the ease of where my office is, what's around it, how everything is constructed for ease. So when I tell you that I could tell you anything, but if I can show you and it's real, it's authentically, it's very attractive for your ideal clients. They know it's real. When I do my VIP days and my clients fly in for a session with me, it's great. They come to my office. I'm in my office currently. They come to my office and they get to enjoy a soft approach to coaching and consulting. We're not doing anything that, how a lot of times it's like the conference room, and it's just so masculine from the corporate model that a lot of times in our businesses, we adapt models that just don't fit. My clients come to my office. They enjoy the space. They feel relaxed, more creative. We get so much more done because of the models that I teach, or the models that I live. It's authentic. All right. And my only goal is to do that. I'll give another example and then I'll move on. I had some clients that in February, I hosted a mastermind in Puerto Rico. And I had the clients that I did private consulting with during that time, how I was coaching them and where I was coaching them. And it wasn't, it was the view, it was the ease of how to do it. I was demonstrating for them how to deliver the exact same level of impact with their clients, just being with ease and grace. So the deal is that, and in one of the days we spent maybe like 6 or 7 hours at the spa, and I coach clients literally at the spa in the jacuzzi. That's where I worked, right, with them. Why? Because listen, this is how I like to work. My best ideas come from me traveling the world, doing what I absolutely love to do. And I think out of the box when I do that. If I have the opportunity to coach my clients that way, I know that their ideas are going to be out of the box also. I know that they're going to have an elevated experience, and I want to bring that to them because that's authentically who I am. Right. So I'm not looking to manufacture, be a mini me of anyone else. And I don't teach my clients to do that either. I show you how to authentically market and be yourself. And when you are that way, your ideal clients will come forward. You become the obvious choice for them, and competition becomes irrelevant. And I want to say it because, there's a lot of noise on the internet. You hear people talking about this all the time, and competition, all that. But the fact of the matter is there's no competition for you to be you. There's just one you. All right. So one of the greatest things that you need to do if you want to turn your professional and life expertise into a business is you got to learn how to market simplistically and authentically. It's what I teach clients to do. If you're interested in that, you can always book a strategy session with us. Number four, the fourth thing that is so important, okay, is you need to know how to locate your buyers. So marketing is great, but when we market, we are looking for people who are raising their hand in some way. Those individuals have a problem that we know how to solve. And those individuals are choosing us because there's some resonance. They're like, I like you. There's something about your story or who you are or how you do what you do that's very attractive to them. All right. Those are the buyers. And you've got to have a process that allows you to find the buyers. All right. And so many people are really great at many of these other parts, but they're not really good at finding and identifying their buyers. And I'm really good at it. All right. I'm really good at it. And I'll give you an example. I only work with giants. I only want to work with women who are out of the box, right? In their skill and their talent and their giftedness. People who are impact makers, who are rock stars, who are go-givers, right? Who are not takers. People who say yes and figure it out. People who are not whiners, but winners. Winners in the sense that they see themselves as winning and they'll do whatever they need to do in order for that to happen, all right? People who are investment minded, they say yes and they figure it out. They take 110% responsibility for the results that they desire. Because let's be clear, nothing happens if you're not committed to the result. You could invest in anything that you choose in the world, but if you're not committed to that result, oh well, you know what I mean? Then you get what you get. Don't get upset. There's something about being giant in your mentality, making that decision like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to work on myself so I don't get in the way of the sale. Finding buyers is understanding equally that there is a layer of money around you that you likely don't see. And you won't see it if your mindset is not where it needs to be. Is this making sense? Right? I know I'm stepping on some toes tonight, but I want you to get this. And, if you've been following me and no matter what platform this is, and you're like, I like her, like what's going on? I'm myself. All right. I built this business doing absolutely what I love to do, what I'm amazing at, which is holding really smart women accountable for their gifts and their talent and showing them how to package it and how to sell it and how to close, right? And getting those women to honor the gifts that are inside of them, understanding that whatever you do for yourself, that your family's the benefactor of that. And whatever you don't do for yourself, your family doesn't benefit from either. All right. So locating the buyers. And then when you locate the buyers, you need to know how to talk to them. Right. And so, okay. So let's say maybe in your profession in corporate, you likely maybe didn't have to sell. Right. Or maybe if you're a medical professional, you've never had to sell. And so you could have a buyer in front of you. But if you don't have the practice of knowing how to close them, then what happens is there are no sales. All right. So if we're talking about turning your professional life, your professional experience and your life expertise into a business, you have to learn how to talk the talk, right? And that means you have to understand how to sell what you have. And that doesn't mean being that car salesman or anything like that. You get to be yourself. But you got to have the scripting, the tools, and the templates. And if you don't have that, I have a number of tools where I offer that. I have a live training that's coming up, which is called the Sell Method. It's happening in Baltimore. It's in person on November 10th through 12th. Limited seats available, but it's for you if you're serious minded. Like if you're an action taker, if you want to build your processes in a weekend, if you can believe in yourself, right? You don't need to be pumped up or dragged to the finish line. You're ready to show it for yourself. Then it's for you. All right. And the fifth thing that you need to know how to do is you need to know how to sell and to close. So what I have found, having coached thousands of people over the last 21 years, and I can't believe I'm saying this, okay, is that a lot of people are really great at having strategic sales conversations, but they are not really good at closing and selling. And most business owners are closing less than 30% of the individuals that they talk to. And it's fact. All right. And what do I mean? That means if you talk to 10 people, that is less than 3 people. And if you're closing less than three people that you're talking to, it means that we need to tweak your sales process. So I work with women, I give them my scripts, I give them my templates, I give them my tools, I show them how you can sell both online and offline in a systematic way, because sales is systematic. And when you have built out your process, you can print money. You can literally see, okay, well, if you're going to have 20 calls and you have the ability to close 40%, you know what that means to your business. That's 8 sales. And it gives you the confidence that you need. It gives you the continuity in your business, the stability that you desire in your business. But without that, the opposite is true as well. All right. So if you don't have an ability to close and sell, and you have these other components that I mentioned, then it still means that the business isn't where you want it to be. And you get to be in choice about what are you going to do to change it. I wanted to come here tonight and talk about how to turn your professional and life expertise into a business, and what I've shared so far. And if you have a question for me, you can always post it here and I'll answer it in a sec. Number one, leverage what you know, your education, your experience, and your expertise. That's the first thing. Like, let's take everything that you bring to the table and create something really high value for your ideal clients. Number two, systematically package. Stop selling these services as one-offs and it doesn't really represent the value that you bring to the table. Number three, learn to market simplistically and authentically. So let's leave this idea of doing too many things, too many funnels, too much, right? And there are easier ways for you to bring your ideal clients to you. I'd love to show you how. And number four, locating your buyers. And when you locate them, what do you say to them? How do you identify the person that's the buyer? How? And there is a process to be able to do that. And number five, learning how to sell and close. All right. And it's a skill. Selling is something that can be learned. I love teaching women how to sell. It's very empowering watching women go from selling something for $300 an hour to 10 grand a sale or $15,000 a sale. And it's really, really very powerful. And I'd love to show you how. You'll see in my bio, there's a link if you want to book a strategy session with us. We're happy to support you with understanding exactly how you can get started packaging and leveraging what you know. I'm going to also post the link here for the Sell Method, which is my upcoming event. That is, man, like if you just want to do it fast, you want to get things done quickly, and you want to build out your packages, you want to understand how to price what you're doing, you want to understand how to position your marketing, you want to understand how to close and sell over the course of the weekend, and you want to learn from some mentors who are out of the box to teach you how to generate leads using AI, how to take your offer and do a licensing deal, what the mindset is of an 8 and 9-figure entrepreneur. And I really mean, and I have one of the speakers that's coming, she's grown 2 companies to over $100 million. And I wanted her to come to talk about giant things. You know what I mean? Like giant things. If you're into that, then you'll love the giant, the Sell Method, because it's all, it's going to be amazing. Happening November 10th through 12th. I created this event. It's a 3-day event. Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, runs till 5 o'clock pretty much every day. We do a girls' night reception on Friday night, so you get to meet other giants, women that are your own ambition level and above, and likely people who will be your friends for life. Most of my clients, they've become friends for life, and they just really love one another. So I'm really excited to be able to support them in building their community and their village. And maybe you're in that place where you haven't been able to meet your people. Now, the Giant Experience Master, I keep saying the Giant Experience Master Training because I do have a master training that's online. That's called the Giant Experience. And it has helped hundreds of women be able to, from the comfort of their home, package their knowledge as well. So when you go to my website at miaredrick.com, you'll see it. So are there any questions for me? Did you get value from this today, or did you get value? I know you got value. My only goal was to get you to start thinking about this differently, thinking about your skills differently, and understanding that what you know is very, very valuable when it's packaged the right way. And if you're making this hard, let's make it easy. Okay. Choose yourself. Okay. Choose yourself. All right. Let's move in the direction of what ease and grace looks like, right? Stop teaching yourself, overworking and making yourself figure out something you don't know how to figure out. Shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, right? So let's get it straight. All right. Are there any questions for me before I sign off? Any questions for me? I'm Mia Redrick, business and life consultant. And I'm excited that I had the opportunity to be here tonight with you to share this quick live. It was on my heart. I was running late in the office and I was like, you know what? I'm feeling this and I'm going to give it to the people. All right. So I love you. I look forward to seeing you in the cell method or on a strategy call and just take an action, right? That will really change the trajectory of your life. Have a good night.